Digital SD card are we have already seen some part of the SD card. So digital SD card are removable flash based storage devices. SD means secure digital and MMC means multimedia card. We can insert this card in media player, PD or digital camera. It's small. It has a small size, relative simplicity, low power consumption and low cost make them an ideal solution for many applications. Now we will see the basics related to the SD card. The SD or the MMC card have their own architecture and signals. These are universal low cost high speed data storage card. The MMCs work at 20 megahertz while SD card work at up to 25 megahertz. There are the two memories work in two different modes, SD mode and serial peripheral interface. So here a diagram for this is shown here. Now the signals and the functions of the SD card pin in SD and SPI mode. The first signal is DAT3CS, that is data line 3. Its function is chip select or slave select. Next is CMD, that is command line. It is master out slave in. Next is VSS1, that is ground. Next is VDD, supply voltage. Next is clock. Next is VSS2, it is also ground. Next data line 0, that is its function is master and slave out. Next data line 1, data line 2. Data line 1 is unused or IRQ, that is interrupt, and data line 2 is unused. Now here is a diagram which shows the SD interfacing with LPC2148. So the SD memory interfaces to the host pin to host point to point. So in the previous figure here, an ARM microcontroller is the host. So this type of interfacing is very popular in the industry. In serial peripheral interface, that is SPI mode, we can use the following signals of the host. One is CS, that is host to card chip select signal. Clock, that is host to card clock signal. Next MOSI, that is master out slave in, that is host to card signal bit data signal. MISO, that is master in slave out card to host signal single bit data signal. Now there are many companies which are manufacturing suitable host for the SD bus interface. For example, the Philips is manufacturing LPC2148 microcontroller with MOSI and MISO, that is master out slave in and master in slave out. The master slave mode of communication is used for multiple slave devices in the SD architecture. The MOSI, that is master out slave in, it is unidirectional signal which is used to transfer the serial data from the master to the slave. When the host is master, data can move from the host to the SD card. That's why the MOSI is connected to the data input of the SD or MMC card. The MISO signal transfer the serial data from the slave to the master. When the SD slave serial data is output on MISO signal. When the SD is master, it clock in serial data from this signal. And the SD memory cards use 1 or 4 bit bus width and star topology to connect multiple cards, while MMC cards use 1 bit bus width and bus topology for reading multiple cards. So next is the steps to switch from SD bus mode to SPI bus mode of operation. Here all communication between the host and the card are controlled by the host. The message in the SPI bus protocol consists of command, responses and token. The card returns a response to every command received and also a data response token for every write command. The SD card wakes up in SD card mode and it will enter the SPI mode if its CS, that is chip select or select line, is held low. So when a reset command is sent to the card. The card can only be returned to the SD mode after a power down and power up sequence. Then the SPI mode is entered. The card is in the non-protected mode where CRC checking is not used. It can be turned on or off by sending the command CRC on off command command name to the card. Now next is the steps for the master mode and the steps for slave mode. So first is set clock counter register with appropriate clock frequency and set SPCR, that is control register, to desired setting. Then write the data into the SPDR, that is data register of SPI. Then monitor SPI bit of SPCR register until it sets to 1. It is 1 means the data transfer is complete. Then read the status register and will clear the SPI bit. Then read SPDR data register. Reading data register will return data sent by the slave during the last transfer. Then next is the steps for the slave mode. The clock will be decided by the master. Set SPCR, that is control register, to desired setting. Then write dummy data into SPDR, that is data register, so that SPI control block will generate a clock. Then monitor SPIF bit of SPCR register until it's set to 1. Then read status register. This will clear SPI bit. Read SPDR data register. Reading the data register will return the data sent by the slave during the last transfer. Then next is the flow chart. So first is the starts, next set SPCCR, that is SPI initialization process. Next is writing data to the data register. Monitor the bit. If it is okay, is SPI set, then read SPSR and SPDR and end. If it is not, then process will be repeated. So this is the flow chart. Next is the embedded C program. So the function for initializing the SPI. Here is a program which shows the initializing SPI, sending a character and receiving a character. So here we have to select a master mode. First select MOSI P0.6 pin, 0.5 pin, 4 and 7. Then clock is divided by 8 by we have to use here the formula. Then select a master mode. Then the function for sending a character. For that, write a character 8 to be transmitted. Wait till SPI becomes 1, that is complete the transfer of data. Then wait if SPI is 1, then complete the reception of data and pick up the received character which is arrived in S0 SPDR. Then the next is DAC in LPC 2148. There are some features of ADC. The LPC2148 has one 10-bit DAC. Now the settling time software selectable. DAC output can drive max of 700 microampere or 350 microampere. The DAC peripheral has only one register, that is DACR. It contains 10-bit value for the conversion in bit 15:6 position. Bit 16 selects settling time 1 selects 1 microsecond settling time and 700 microampere current. If it is 0, then select 2.5 microsecond settling time and 700 microampere current. So these are some features. Then the DAC pin description. The first pin is A out, that is output pin, that is analog output. After the selected settling time, after the DACR is written with a new value, the voltage on this pin is value divided by 1024 into V reference. Next is V reference, means reference, that is voltage reference. This pin provide a voltage reference level for D2A converter. And last is VDDA or VSSA, that is power, analog power and ground. This should be nominally the same voltages as V3 and VSSD, but it should be isolated to minimize the noise and error. Next is digital to analog control register. So here we will see the bits one by one. Bit 0 to 5, these are reserved. These are reserved. The user software should not write 1 to reserved bits. The value read from the reserved bit is not found. Next, bit 6 to 15, these are after selected settling time, after this field is written with a 0 new value, the voltage on the A out pin is value by V1024 by V reference. So here reset value is 0. Next, bit 16 is bias, that it has two values, either 0 or 1. If it is 0, then settling time of the DAC is 1 microsecond max and maximum current is 700 microampere. If it is 1, then the settling time of the DAC is 2.5 microsecond, maximum current is 350 microampere. The reset value is 0. Next, bits 17 to 31, these are reserved. User software should not write 1 to these reserved bits. Then next, here we consider one example. Configure the DAC register for generating 3.3 volt V reference. So some values are given and formula is also given. Then the next is the interfacing diagram. Here is the embedded C program for sine waveform generation. So this is the compiler is scale version, hash include, that is initialization. Then the for loop is used. This loop is to generate a 1 millisecond delay with clock 60 megahertz. So for loop is used. Then pin select 1, that is P0.25 as a DAC output. Here bias bit is 1, we have already seen the meaning of bias bit, if it is 0 and if it is 1. Next is a embedded C code for a triangular waveform. Here also a for loop is used. It generates a 1 millisecond delay with 60 megahertz frequency. So this is embedded C code for the triangular waveform generation. The next is embedded C program for the square wave generation. So the same, that is the for loop is used. So you can compare these three programs, that is for first one for the sine wave, for the triangular wave, and for the square wave.